Hello and welcome to the Watering Hole. Thanks for checking out this clip. Don't forget to like and subscribe because that'll make the baby Jesus cry, and I know how much you guys love making the baby Jesus cry. Okay, last story. Oklahoma state senator really doesn't want you watching porn.
Too bad. Too bad. I'm going to watch all the porn I want.
And this comes to us from Jezebel, which, again, not the most reputable news source. However, the way this one was written was too funny to pass up. So this is Oklahoma State Senator Dusty Devers, Dusty Devers, like
Dusty Beaver?
Dusty Devers. I don't know. His name just sounds like with a name like Dusty Devers, you are destined in life to become the kind of person who would suggest an anti-porn bill to your state senate.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's the Christian pastor, religious extremist, and abortion abolitionist. He thinks people who have abortions should be charged with murder. I love this. They say he sort of looks like a flyover state Jordan Peterson. Yeah.
God, I
mean, he looks like he's named Dusty Devers. Yeah, so he proposed Oklahoma Senate Bill 1976 this week, which bundles banning consenting adult pornography with child sex abuse materials, which is CSAM. Now, notably, child sex abuse material, already illegal. Don't need another bill for that. It's already illegal. So what he's doing here is he's sneaking in his porn ban and saying, like, oh, this is actually a ban on child sex abuse materials. So if you vote against this, that means you're in favor of child sex abuse materials. Like, no, those are already illegal. We're just against the porn ban. But it's really hard to defend yourself when you vote against something with that as the name, which we talked about this with the pork fatting on the bills where they're just sliding these things in on unrelated bills. But he wants
pork fatting, the best.
Yeah, he wants to make viewing pornography a felony offense, punishable with up to 20 years in prison.
What?
Like,
so what do we do? Let's say, for sake of argument, that I'm on OnlyFans and I'm looking at porn that my girlfriend made. Am I going to jail for 20 years for that? Because, like, I could just go into the bedroom and there's no difference.
Not if you're married. If you're married, they have an exception for married people sending each other explicit material. However,
fuck?
The implication there, though, is it is explicitly an exemption from the bill that married people can send each other explicit pictures. What that means is that implicitly it is now illegal for you to send videos, to just send a picture of your butt to your significant other. You can now go to prison for up to 20 years for not only sending that, but for receiving that. Oh my God. Could you imagine if they start prosecuting women who receive dick pics?
They are technically viewing porn.
It's obscene material.
I agree with what Stoff is saying in my chat. We need to do to this the same thing that we've done on other social media that has been incredibly predatory and stupid. We need to spam this man with Sonic the Hedgehog Rule 34. That is exactly what we need to do.
Yeah, so they point out that in Oklahoma, as in all of the United States, federal and state laws prohibit the production and distribution of child sexual abuse material. So it's already illegal, as it should be. So they're just, using that to nudge the porn in. So here we go. The bill also features one truly laughable exception, which is that it does not prevent spouses from sending images of a sexual nature to each other. And then they follow that up with, "Few, those bound in union under the frightful gaze of God can still text ass pics to each other. How sweet."
But there's nothing saying that they can make videos and send them to each other. So actually...
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
I'm still fucked. Got it.
Yeah, I didn't even recognize that, but yeah, so now by implication, you can't send a video. Like, ugh.
Ah, but what is a video but a series of images in rapid succession?
I mean, that would be my defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so separate from this, Devers also proposed a number of other bills this week, including one that would ban all abortion without exception and to repeal no-fault divorce.
That last one, the repealing no-fault divorce thing. The last person I remember who was trying really, really hard to argue against that was Steven Crowder. And we see how well that's gone.
Was that right before the security camera footage came out of him abusing his wife?
His abusing his wife? Yes, that's weird how that works.
Yeah.
The only people who the only people who don't want no fault divorce, the people who do not want no fault divorce are the ones who want to keep a leash on their partner.
So Sakura says, thing is the US has child marriage. I didn't get into this, but in the bill, there part of it, like when it was talking about the child sex abuse materials, there was a thing where like they're not allowed to make or produce these materials except for their spouse. So like that was included in the child part as well, which is like, no, don't.
God, remember when Tennessee tried to explicitly allow child marriage as a special kind of marriage because it didn't involve gay people? I remember that.
Yeah. Or do you remember that time? I forget which state it was, but they tried to just put a blanket ban on child marriage, and all the Republicans got together and said, no, we can't ban child marriage because if you did that, then some of us would be guilty. Like I'm not even hyperbolizing that. Like I'm not exaggerating at all. Is hyperbolizing a word? It is now.
It is now.
Yeah. So that's not even hyperbole. That was legitimately their defense for that. And it was disgusting.
So, some of the members of this caucus would be implicitly hurt by this. Are you saying that you married your wife when she was like 15? I am not confirming or denying anything. I am simply saying that this is what would happen if... Okay, cool. I'm pressing the button. All of y'all.
Yeah.
That's called grooming.
So this guy's platform on his website had a paragraph that said, there is need for a bold fighter to stand between the people and the ever-expanding government that is infringing on our God-given freedoms. What do you think you're doing when you ban private activities between consenting adults?
Look, I have a God-given freedom to turn on the camera app of my phone, aim it down at my crotch, and hit the snap button.
Yeah.
That is a God-given freedom to me.
Like, I don't know, like, I don't understand how these people don't see how, like, they're talking about how the, like, big government is bad, government encroaching on or infringing on our freedoms is a bad thing. And then they turn around and are like, oh yeah, and by the way, the government wants to make sure that you are obeying the Christian sensibilities when it comes to sex and marriage, instead of, using your God-given freedom to decide for yourself what to do with that.
Look, the God-given freedoms only work if we're specifically doing the things that they want us to do and are happy with us doing, not if we do anything above that at all. No. Yeah. First Amendment covers dick pics.
Yeah. Unless you're Marjorie Taylor Greene in Congress, then that should be illegal.
Then you should be covering the dick pic instead of showing it.
Yeah. You cover it. First Amendment covers your own dick pics. It doesn't cover other people stealing your dick pics or you sending it to people that don't want them.